So Ibu came into me and said, look, we've got money, resources, and time. You tell me what we can do together. And one of the first things I thought about was, is there a way to bring together a group of Christians in public who are either evangelical or evangelical adjacent, who demonstrate the postures of faith, hope, and love, who do so generously across difference, who are already pre-committed to something like interfaith work, but they're out there in a world where the loud voices are getting all of the attention.
I mean, faithfully and neighborly is one of the phrases we use a lot, right? Faithfully, and I think that's your phrase, which I love, right? It's a beautiful, lovely thing when it happens. It's not just a pragmatic project; it's a holy project. And so, I like to say that the job of the organization, Interfaith America, is to convince the nation that it is Interfaith America, and the definition of Interfaith America is a place where people are living faithfully, even faithfully as agnostics or seekers or atheists, and neighborly.
Well, I think sadly, obviously Christianity has a brand issue. I think the only way, frankly, to combat that is actual modeling of Christ-like character in Christ-like community.
You can know of Jesus, but not actually be in relationship with Jesus. And I think that's the problem that we have right now, is many of us know of Jesus, but we don't have a relationship to the place where we actually model who Jesus is in society. And I think that's a fundamental challenge we're facing.
To have the humility to say, and I think Christians need to be honest about this, sometimes the vitriol that's coming at me is something that I've sown, or something that as a collective we sown that may be coming back at us. And so just to have the humility to say, I don't have to always run around like this is this bloody persecution. Maybe I can live in the tension, learn, and have the humility to understand that I can do better as well.
The notion of control is an extremely modern phenomenon. And so I think part of humility is learning from the Black church, churches of the majority world, churches of people of color, but also learning from history, learning from the vast majority of Christians from all time did not have control and had no notion they did. And how do we learn from them?
A Christian who has a strong sense of their own thing that they are bringing to the table, but also something of an impetus to pull out this thing that God has deposited in different folks in different ways, in unexpected places.
There's a way to think about courage as sort of taking a stand, and being a strong presence. And I actually wonder if in this cultural moment, the more courageous thing is to be attentive to how one is engaging and the postures with which one is inhabiting one's roles.
As I think about young Christians, I have a lot of hope in the next generation. I love and I learn so much from them. I love the curiosity of this generation. We were just talking recently about how Gen Z in particular is curious about things like the Bible.
Well, one thing about the curiosity is when you're curious, you're willing maybe to do things a different way, right? So instead of saying what's always been done like that, maybe there's a new way to do something because it's a new time.
I think the world is so hungry for people who can be respectful and kind and curious about one another, even when we disagree, or especially when we disagree. And so I'm looking forward to just developing and growing in my character as I practice this kind of dialogue and conversation with people of different faiths and different beliefs that we just have less and less opportunity to do out in the world today.